excuse me. Would you mind answering a couple questions for a video I'm doing right now?
Sure.
And it's not a loaded question, not biased or anything. I'm just trying to get people's opinions.
Sure.
What's wrong with America right now?
There's a lot of hate in the world, though.
Yeah.
It's all over, but America is very prominent. There's just so much hate going around, and that's probably it right there.
We're more divided now than at any other time in history as far as I've been alive, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
Man.
And then what's right with America?
That's a tough question. I mean, there's a lot that we have going on. We have our freedom, to an extent of freedom, we have our lives, and the ingenuity behind America, the entrepreneurship behind it, that's all positive things. Even though during this time it's tough on small businesses and everything like that, but I mean, the ability to be able to open a business and fend for yourself really is something that's irreplaceable.
Absolutely. If there was one thing that you could change in society or culturally or politically, something that would help America, what would you really focus on?
Ending racism.
Yeah. Police racism or
all of it, man.
Okay.
Like let's just there's endless, man. I know it's got to start somewhere, but ending racism would be the goal for sure.
Now, I didn't come out to debate anybody or anything, but I just do want to throw my 2 cents in there.
That's fine. Yeah.
Would that maybe take away our freedoms if we have speech codes and if we have legislation that prevents racism? I think it's horrible. I think, if we can minimize racism, that'd be great.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to cost our liberties and freedoms. So is there an idea I
guess, I mean, ending racism obviously sounds, that's a tough question, man.
I kind of think a lot of this is based on the mainstream news media trying to push racism when there's...
Oh, definitely.
I don't know anybody. I knew one person that was racist.
Mm-hmm.
He was a disgusting, he was a piece of shit, for real.
For sure.
But other than that, I don't know anybody that's talking bad about minorities behind their back or...
Yeah,
I just don't think it's that big of a problem,
You're a white man in America.
Yeah.
So
but I mean,
you don't get that. You don't get followed around in stores.
Yeah.
I
did live in Africa for a while, and there was racism towards white people where they would pick us out to be pickpocketed.
Right.
So it does exist, yeah.
Yeah, I've dealt with it, personally as a Mexican American.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really aware of it as a kid. Didn't realize it was happening just because I thought that's the way things were.
Yeah.
But I've definitely dealt with it. Family, I've gotten pulled over, I've gotten profiled, all of it. I've gotten arrested on my own accord. But it felt different. It just felt different.
And if there are cops that are being racist and doing some bad stuff, we all want them to be held accountable.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think it's a left-right political thing. That's an American thing. We want honesty, integrity, justice.
Yep.
So
I'm not against the police at all.
Good.
I think there needs to be some sort of reform. Figure it out. It's been the same system for too long.
Yeah. I think my idea for a major reform that would be really easy to do, stop all the drug scheduling. If they remove the illegal status of drugs like what they did, I think in Oregon and California recently, then that decreases the amount of prisoners that are in the prison industrial complex, and it it makes it so that the police aren't able to go to calls like that unless they're committing some other crime. So I think drug reform would be best for everybody.
That'd be good.
So
maybe
cool.
not privatizing prisons.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's just money.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, thank you for the info. I appreciate it. I'm John, by the way.
Drew.
Nice to meet you. Would you guys mind doing the same real quick?
Sure.
So I'm mainly asking 2 questions. One is what's wrong with America, and 2 is what's right with America. So do you want to start with what's wrong with America?
Oh man. Sometimes I believe that we're too free. Meaning like people would say, oh, I can do whatever I want. In reality, you should respect other people's decisions. It's too much freedom, I guess. I don't know. I like the fact that we have freedom, but the fact that some people take that for granted,
Yeah.
that's the problem, in my opinion. But
Makes sense.
But
It-
because throughout the whole world, there's some kind of order.
yeah.
Here is too free.
So what in specific, as far as our freedoms, would you like to limit? Would it be like freedom of speech or something else?
That, or even just the fact of it's hard to explain.
Because the big thing I worry about, especially when it comes to the First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, press, assembly, religion, I worry, and to protest grievances with the government, I worry if the government artificially creates limits to our rights, we have to think about who the arbiter is of those decisions. If we have a dictator, a fascist dictator that's running the country, and that dictator wants to put specific limitations on one group of people from saying certain things, then that takes away our freedom. And I don't think that's a good thing. That gives the government more control over the people, which is dangerous.
That's what I'm trying to say, I guess.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when, let's say we all became the power of the nation, and we actually can say, hey, we can actually for real vote.
Yeah.
Like there's actually tallies of like, you know what I mean, where your money, you can actually see where your money is going,
Yeah.
tax-wise. If you can actually see it, then I have a, you know what I mean?
So you want transparency?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see
Transparency is awesome.
Hell
I
yeah.
want that too.
That's all I want, man.
Yeah.
You know? But I guess the only thing, what I love about living here in the States is the fact that it's, to be honest, it's the melting pot of the world.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, whoever that lives here can be an American. So.
Now, I'm of the other side, and I'm not trying to debate too much, but I think that if people come here, they need to come here legally, they need to pay taxes, and we need to be able to do a background check to make sure that they didn't like rape and murder and stuff from another country that they're running away from.
Right.
And then if they do want to vote, they need to go through the legal process to vote. And actually, I brought some paperwork with me today. Since you were talking about voting, I'm going to give you this to take home and take a look at. That's what a lot of people are talking about right now with Dominion voting systems and the fraud that potentially happened with the mail-in voting system and people getting duplicate ballots. There's a bunch of information. I just recommend checking it out at your leisure, but
sure, man.
yeah, I might give one of your other buddy one of these too. Oh, and then what's right with America?
Well, I'm Filipino, and when I was in the Philippines last time I was there, what sucks with there is you can't even smoke weed there, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I work in the cannabis industry, so I'm totally pro
You can't even
cannabis.
smoke weed, so
Yeah.
it's like, damn, dude.
Yeah. I did hear, so they're working on a Senate bill. They put it, I'm not sure where it got hung up in the process off the top of my head, but the Senate passed it, and then it was supposed to go to the House, and they shot it down. But they're expecting it to be federally decriminalized at the federal level this next year. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that'll help everybody. I know. Yeah.
He's nothing, man.
It's medicine, is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. And speaking of Filipino, when I was in the Marines, I had a bunch of Filipinos in my platoon, and I used to do the running cadence and the marching cadence. I was the platoon leader.
Nice.
And so they got together with me and they wanted me to do it in Tagalog. And so Kaliwakan and so Kaliwakan and yeah, it was fun. Awesome. Well, thank you for the information.
Cool,
I
man.
appreciate it. See you later. Did you want to do a little video too? All right. No problem. See ya. Oh, where'd the other gentleman go? Oh, okay. Did you want one of those?
Sure, that's okay.
Cool.
Thanks, man.
Hey, thank you. See you later. See ya. Well, that went well. No anger. I do worry about, especially the gentleman that wanted to limit our freedoms, but, you know, having the freedom of speech, it's good to be able to debate those things so we can figure out why it's wrong or why it's right. So I appreciate that he brought that up. Okay, here we're going to the next one.